Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next performer? Loud. Coming to you all the way from New York, New York. Give it up for Gerard Fortune, everybody.
Let that play, DJ. Okay, all right. Let me act like I didn't just turn 30 this year. Joints hurt. That's fucking different. They don't tell you that when you turn 30.
Yeah.
It's like you can feel it. Like you can feel everything from the waist down, like all of it, every bone, every nick. Like I didn't know this was a section that I should work on. All of this right here. But you can it up having fun too, right? It's terrible. It's terrible. Give it up for Deshaun. He had his whole Hawaiian shirt. What is it like? 45 degrees outside?
I'm not afraid of the cold.
Obviously. Wow. Okay. All right. Nice to see you, brother. I like your pants. I like your pants. Your shoes. I'm just appreciating the outfits. A lot of variety in this room. I'm back in the South. I know where I'm at. People like to think, oh, the South is racist. Yes, it is. Of course it is. We do it well. All right. we do it pretty well. But we're getting better, right? Like I went to high school in the South, North Carolina to be exact. And yeah, I had the stereotypical rednecks with the jacked up pickup trucks, Confederate flags waving in the air. Some of them even had gun racks in the back, right? But they listen to trap music, right? They listen to rap music, the gangster shit. So at 10 a.m., I would hear a redneck just shouting out his car, "Woo! The South will rise!" To bad and bougie. To bad and bougie. Boy, can't stand but goddamn it, the Migos can make a hit. Roll Tide. All right, okay. Lived in the South for almost a decade. Still don't know what that means. Still doesn't know what that means. Everybody cheers though. All right. Like I always hope somebody bring out like a bowl of grits or something. Like, is that what we're getting excited about? Right. I'm up here for a minute, and there's a lot I would like to talk about. Because I wanted to talk when lockdown happened and COVID, all the crazy shit. I wanted to talk, but nobody was ready to hear it. Like, it was too sensitive. Like, I was ready to speak on, like, the whole Asian hate thing. I was like, whoa, how are we even doing that? Like, first of all, these are Asians we talking about. They're deadly. You gotta look at the media. It's a reflection of them, right? Right? I've been watching anime for years. For years. The anime taught me there's another way to struggle that I never even was even thinking about, right? So, yeah, I'm sitting down eating pancakes for dinner. But Goku gotta fight a giraffe. Like, I'm like, damn, how you gonna get through it? Like I said. It's just different, right? And besides, like, Japan, they've had a giant robot on display for tourism for almost a decade now. So, if they have it for fun, they must already have a real one. So like, if you're gonna beat up an Asian person, keep that in mind. You wanna put your hands on him, you wanna yoke him up, and then just a giant, just Megazord foot, just gonna curb stomping you down, like, just don't do it. Don't do it. The future is real. You better be scared of Asian people. They make me get on you, like, better yourself. Being in New York, seeing so many of them. I saw an Asian woman having a conversation with a Spanish woman in Spanish. No subtitles. I was lost. I was completely lost. I was like, I gotta get on it. I need to learn Spanish. Never mind, I have a Dominican aunt. I was like, this Asian woman told me. Okay. Also, they taking over. Like, they the next up. White people, I'm so sorry. Y'all had a great I tell you what, don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody tell you different about yourself. I've seen 2 different Woodstock 99 documentaries. Those top 3 white person moments. I swear to God, don't let them tell you anything different. Nobody can pull it off like y'all could. I watched that show. I was like, how did this start with James Brown? That's how this all started. Started with James Brown. And then got to Fred Durst causing a riot. Being asked, why did you cause a riot? And he looks in the camera like, I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. I'm like, all right. Frightening. Yeah, Asian hate stuff. Like I know how I got COVID. Like I got COVID back in 2019. I got it from an Asian guy named Dan. Not even mad. Like I traced steps. I was like, oh, I was at a birthday party and I got sick. It was like, yeah, Dan got everybody sick. Because he just came back from Wuhan, China, visiting his parents. I'm like, all right, pretty sure it was Dan. Not even upset though. I was like, you got it? You just helped me out in the long run. Like, I just took it as like a positive affirmation. Like, look at God trying to get this immune system going. This shit was crazy. And then my reward was the war shutting down and just getting paid. Like, so hear me out, right? I was good the whole time. Let alone I was around family, I was around love, cool. But even if I wasn't around that, I would have been just as fine because I grew up in Newark, New Jersey in the 90s. So if you were to tell me then, like, hey, so in almost 20 plus years, you'll be doing the same thing again, but the government will be paying you. That's gravy, baby. Yeah, it's nothing. Too dangerous to go outside, just stay inside. Entertain yourself. That's all you had to do. People were losing it. I was going crazy. First thing I bought was a waffle iron. Like, we made it, baby. We made it. I remember my job tried to call me back, caught an attitude with them. Like, the fuck y'all want? Like, it was out of hand. I was getting unemployment, tax return hit, and I got my Trump check within like 2 weeks of each other. I was going crazy. I had to get it together, but I was like, I'm wild because like, so I making dumb purchases. Like I had afros buying hats. Like it was, go to work. I didn't realize like my job was essential. It was retail. And that was the weirdest phone call I ever had. I'm like, Gerard, like please come back to work. Your country needs you in this. In this time of need. I'm like, Old Navy's essential? It was. Some dude named Chad in Wisconsin, he needed flip-flops today. He needed flip-flops today. He needed them shirts. I started getting paranoid. I started reflecting, thinking about life up to this point. Besides everything else going on, like whatever, the world been crazy, but it's focusing on me. And then I started thinking like, yo, there's a lot of women on the planet. You ever noticed that? There's a lot of women. There's a lot of them. Like, yeah, it's cool. It was like, there's a lot of them. Like, when we all, well, when, at least New York, the energy in New York, last year when they lifted restrictions, people got out, I'm like, oh, it's a lot of titties out. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of chest meat out right now. So this feels like a trap. This feels like Nobody else felt that? Maybe it's just me personally, because like I come from a large family of women. So I've always been kind of like paranoid. It's just like a lot of women. Like I known 12 women by the name of like the title of aunt before I could drive the car. That's a lot of women to get to know in your life before you become an adult. Anybody else can relate? Get close to 12?
Yeah.
Let's see. You got a Jackie? You got Aunt Jackie? Yeah. All right, you got a Jackie. What about a Sylvia?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Ruth?
No Ruth. I gotta earn the steam though. Go all day, baby. Come on. You want a Ferris in there? You want a what? Go on, try it, brother. Come on, try it. Annette, Barbara Ann, huh?
Janice?
Nah, no Janice. Janice sound nice, huh? Janice sound, she sound cool.
Sandra?
Sandra? No Sandras. Right. Lisa. I got a Lisa though. Lisa, Jenny. No Lynn. Mecca? If you did, I'm like, damn, you Muslim? Like, nah. You get a lot of women, and it's paranoid. Like, I remember sitting with my grandmother, and she was showing me the family photo album, just all women. I was just like, where the guys at? Where the boys at? Keeping it to myself, and just more and more, she's like, well, it's Aunt Teresa, it's your aunt. She's like trying to remember, because there's so many of them. She's like, your Aunt Carol, Stacy. I was like, word. And then I would point to a guy, I'm like, who's that? He's like, oh, he's dead. I was like, all right. He flips and one. So yes, cousin Teresa, Aunt Sylvia again. What about him? He's dead too. Okay, all right. So then I'm like, all right, if all the old dudes are dead, what about the kids? So I'm like, what about that boy? He was like, oh, he hit his head and he died in his sleep. I was like, okay, all right. Wait a minute. Where are the boys? This is not a drill. Where are we at right now? Every dude around me was just young and stupid. Like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, what? Just a mess. Right before the pandemic, I found out I had an uncle. 40-year-old uncle. Got lost in the system. Everybody was just happy, ecstatic with me. It was just like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, we always heard about you. We didn't know, like, you were an actual thing. I was upset. I'm like, where have you been at? We are losing. Where have you been at? All these women around. Where are the boys? Where are the men? And I carried that resentment in me for like years when I was younger. Because everybody, even when I left the house away from family, women everywhere, crossing guards, cops, all the teachers, women. All of them, just everywhere. I'm like, I can't take it anymore. Then you get around guys and what do they want? They want more women around. I'm like, I'm not with this shit, man. Like, where the hoes at? I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of these bitches. Like, what do you want? Where the boys at? Finally, clicked up with some people in high school. Some of my best friends to this day. Because they was feeling that same thing. It was like, nah, fuck that. Where the boys at? We trying to hang with the boys. And we did that for about 6 months until I was like, Jesus Christ, where are the women? Where are they at? Did you know that straight men do not believe in salmonella? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? How you cut up 8 chicken breasts and just throw the whole cutting board on the sink? Meanwhile, just dancing, all the bacteria just dancing. Like Soldier Boy, just dancing all in the sink. Oh my God. I'll never do it again. Just that relationship with women, like, it's been taking me away. I've never, like, the way that people compare men and women now, like amongst each other, like I've never seen that. I was like, this woman can equally fuck me up just like that guy. It's always been like that. Like it's different when you have a gay aunt and then she finds out you got into a fight with a girl and then now you get fucked up. Like you walk around a little bit different, knowing like, all right, so I just gotta put my hands up for everybody. Just be ready for it, right? It's fair game. Not like that, but it's like, come on. You're not around to just punch a woman like Streets of Rage. Like, no, it's not that. It's not what I'm saying.
Sylvia?
No, Lisa, it was Lisa. That's a good guess, though. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. Not yet, no. I don't know. Now, Sylvia has been single for a while. I thought about it. See, that's a really good guess. That's a really good guess. The suit man. That's what it is. When you say I sell suits, I'm like, in this economy? How?
Rich people still rich.
Nobody dresses professional anymore. Even rich people dress homeless now. I'm like, why? This field in Brooklyn. I'm like, how much you make a month? They said $10,000. I'm like, why do you dress like that now? Why are you wearing velour pants with a leather top? What is going on in your life? Jesus Christ. Where was I? Women, that's right. Okay. Nah, like, my relationship with my Aunt Lisa, it's been standing out to me more. Because the more I talk about it, I'm just like, this is just regular. This woman's been in my whole life, never questioned it, never had time to. I just sort of like, well, that's Aunt Lisa and that's Jenny. All right, cool. But then when they had a kid, I'm like, all right, what are y'all doing? What's going on? Because clearly you didn't want dick, and now you brought dick into the equation. So what's going on? What's going on here, right? Make sure to always just pay attention to them. But like, it's weird growing up with it, and then nobody just says anything because there's no context, there's no labels, it's just, those are just two women hanging out. So the first time I heard like the word lesbian, I was just very confused. Very confused, because the girl brought it up to me as like a block, like me like hitting on her in science class, and she just had enough of it. She's like, Jariah, you just don't get it, you just don't understand. Like, understand what? She's like, I'm a lesbian, that's why. I'm like, what is that? She's like, it means I like other women. Shit you not, I looked her in the face and said, that's the gayest thing I've heard. Gay shit. Teacher heard me, she was like, Jariah, quit all that talking. Matter of fact, you do the next, answer the next question, right? Never forget, we was in science class. And the word lesbian just stayed in the back of my head. You ever had like a microwave moment where like, you close it and you were like, oh, I left those t-shirts downstairs. Like that type of, just has nothing to do with what you're doing right there, right? Yeah. In science class, never forget it. Learning about the plant cell, right? The plant cell, specifically about the plant cells, it's part of the plant cell. It's called the mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the plant cell. Distributes energy throughout the whole plant cell. So that way, Lisa and Jenny could both be lesbians. That was my training in 8th grade science class when I learned the word lesbian. Very confused, very distraught that day. I'm like, my whole life is a lie. Like, it caught me off guard. So what do you do? What do you do when you're in 8th grade and you're a guy? You just find out that you've known lesbians your whole life. You go tell your friend. That's what you do. You go tell your friend. Go to my friend Blake. I was like, hey, yo, Blake. I just found out, I just realized that I got it. Lesbian knots. And he gave me the very appropriate, like, guy reaction. He was like, oh man, I bet they're hot. I'm like, I don't think you've seen real lesbians before, have you? I don't think you've seen real love before, right? Because I hung out with Blake. Blake was heavy into porn. So he's heavy into watching women that got paid to just hug and wrestle each other. You know? Meanwhile, Lisa and Jenny hanging out in sweatpants watching Property Bros. Like, if you think that's hot, then all right. Hope you like cargo shorts. It's fucking weird, man. Just weird. It's always regular. It's always regular. Okay. Let's leave y'all on. I'll just leave y'all on a thought. This is something I've been thinking. This is very new. Well, not new. It's just very unfinished. It's open thought. I just been pondering. So, we're familiar with the town Wilmington, North Carolina, right? Yeah. We're familiar with who's from Wilmington, North Carolina, right? Michael Jordan. We all familiar with that?
Yes.
Kind of up and down. Right, it's like a little, it's like mixed for some reason. It was like, it's like some Mandela effect. It's like, why isn't he celebrated in that town? What did he do? What did he do? Like, think about it. So what about racism, America? When you're great, right? Right. Prime example. Jack Johnson. You familiar with this man? Heavyweight boxer. Beating white men so bad and f***ing He caused race riots. He still got a statue to this day. What did Michael Jordan do to not get a statue? They tore down Confederate statues in Wilmington, North Carolina. I no longer know that I'm walking downtown Wilmington, North Carolina now. I no longer know. I just would have updated these statues with Jordan just dunking on. That's all I would have did. Fix that problem. Fuck am I supposed to know I'm there anymore? There's no Michael Jordan store, there's no Space Jam World, there's nothing to remind you else that you're in Wilmington, North Carolina. Unless you're leaving is the Michael Jordan freeway. That's all they gave him. It was like, we're the greatest of all time. We got some asphalt. He did something. Michael Jordan did something. All right, that's enough for me. Thank you. Get up here.